What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Woodshed, and today I'm showing you guys a new and fun attack strategy with the new Super Yeti. Let's go ahead and get into it. That's right, we have a new attack strategy using the brand new Super Troop, the Super Yeti, that has been nerfed since its accidental release. But now we are back with it, and it actually is still pretty good. It still has its place in the game, and it's still very, very nice too. Before we get into this, if you guys enjoy the content, make sure you like and subscribe. It does help out the channel drastically. I would greatly appreciate that. But let's go ahead. Let's show you the army comp. I will timestamp when the replay starts somewhere around here-ish, smack middle of the screen, for those of you who are a little more impatient. So we'll put that up for you guys. Let's go ahead and take a look. That's not what I was using today. This is the army composition I want to be used. You can tweak this a little bit to your kind of personal preference. This is what I found worked the best for me, and it works pretty similar to a traditional Yeti Bomb blimp, except we're using 4 clones for the commitment. We're actually getting a lot more value out of it. It's going to be a lot easier for me to get to show you guys, though, as opposed to just tell you. So let's go ahead and let's look at some replays. Alright, so we're attack number 1, and this was attacking the number 1 in a war. As you can see, fully maxed out base, right? It doesn't get to be a whole lot better of a test than this. When you see these kinds of bases traditionally, what you're looking for is you're looking for a weak point in this new Super Yeti bomb. What you're really looking for is the place where you can get maximum amount of value. Now, typically that's the town hall, and it will be in this case. But you'll notice the key to using the Super Yeti bomb blimp is actually getting a way to kind of curve your Yetis into other compartments. So for example, you could start here and you could find a way to get it over here. I will show you guys that part in a little bit of a slow motion so you can see, even though this wasn't the best example of it for me, you'll see I take out the air sweepers with the giant arrow. Nothing new there. That's something pretty par and standard for the course. I hope the microphone picked up my neck popping. I am just going to actually spam down my troops, all my dragons, all my dragon riders, my warden, my not royal champ, my minion prince. I am going to hold on to the royal champion until later in the raid. I am going to, now this is something that I do poorly in these raids, is I'm very impatient. And what you'll want to do is you'll actually want to let your troops get a little further into the base before you actually place down your blimp. So when your Eternal Tome hits it, it actually does have a little bit more time, and your troops do have a little bit more damage done to them. So you can actually use the healing tome that is in effect here better than I did. So what I'm going to do, and you'll notice as we get in here, I actually am going to slow it down. You'll see I start dropping spells, and you'll notice they're overlapping, but they're moving. So, and the last one actually ends up into this top compartment here, and it still, again, still wasn't the best placement. But you'll notice the difference in I have 1 Yeti here, I have 2 here, and then I have a whole bunch of Super Yeti mites being cloned at the top. It's just giving me huge value right there, right? You'll notice I also put in my Royal Champion opposite side. It's going to start collecting me value over here, which will make the back end of the base a much easier push for you, right? So we got that cleaning up. We got this going in the same time, right? Now I have my Minion Prince, and I'm really trying to hold on to that Minion Prince ability as long as I can. But as soon as I see him turn into this monolith, I know that that's where I need to take full advantage of. So I hit it, get a hold of the monolith, right? That poison tower does pop off, and my Royal Champion takes out their Royal Champion. You see that she's still fighting up here in this corner up here. But she has the Phoenix. I'm not worried about her, and like I said, this is actually still under the still under that Minion Prince effect. Shout out to the Booger and Sneezy, who did not save my warden. I am a little sad about that, but that's okay. It's never going to be perfect. And this is an attack, as you guys can tell, is really designed for those bases that are clumped together. Kind of like the old Yeti bombs. Now there is more leeway because you really can pull out and stretch those the Super Yetis. With those clones, you really do get the ability to stretch them out. As you can see, I still have a couple of Dragon Riders left. I still have a hero left. I still have some pets and a Super Yeti left, for Christ's sakes. So there's definitely still value to this attack. It's just going to be very base dependent. But let's not talk about that. Let's go ahead and take a look at another raid. Alright. So this one's a much better example of how to actually use the Super Yeti bomb and how to take it to other compartments. So here's what we're going to do with this one. This one's kind of isolated. This is kind of the type of base where the traditional Yeti bomb doesn't really work as well, because it's a lot of spell commitment for not a lot of value, right? Now, to be fair, this is war, right? You do have more prep time, but in case for your trophy pushing, you don't have that extra prep time, right? You can't change your stuff on the fly, right? You're going to do something like this that's a lot more versatile, right? So same thing, I'm taking out a sweeper. I'm actually going to come up behind here amongst the other sweeper that I did miss. Sad days are sad, but if you get one of them, you at least do have an open lane. Now I don't have to worry about this sweeper turning up this direction and pushing this back, so the dragons and the riders can come in that way. Same thing, troops coming in. I'm actually using my Barbarian King on this one because this is Super 2 attacking. So that means my Minion Prince was upgrading. It's almost done, it's almost max, but not quite yet. Then I'm hitting the blip, same thing, right? I'm actually going to hit the ability so I can save everything. And look at all those bombs that are just went off that I just got to save my value from. And we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to slow-mo, and you can see spells going boom, 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 boom. And actually following up, and I'm getting some into other compartments from all these different tiles, right? So there's one block there, two there, three, four, five. 5 tiles at least I'm stretching, and that's not even counting from where the first one was dropped. So I'm actually able to spread these out over some compartments, right? Get a ton of values. You can see the electromites are just going absolutely crazy. I absolutely obliterate this one section right over here and basically finish off this one up here too. And then from that, it's just a matter of do I have enough troops to clean it up, and my abilities, my hero abilities. I am saving my king with his spiky ball, and I do still have my royal champion. I do apply her up here though. That way she can take on that air defense for that one little dragon who's going to help clean up there. Again, she also has the Phoenix, so I'm not particularly worried about where she's going to end up at. My hope was that she would eventually go to that monolith and hopefully die on that monolith and take it out was kind of my hope. Is kind of a tall ask though, considering that there was a minion prince there. But that is okay. She's going to take out the minion prince, she's going to take that out, and boom! She's going to die on the monolith exactly how I wanted that to go. You see my king did use his ability to open this up down here. And now with that last air defense finally gone, and the only thing left that can attack air really is this multi-archer tower and this wizard tower, it looks like this is going to be a pretty easy 3-star. Some of these are getting a little closer. I definitely could maximize... Oh, excuse me. I definitely could be maximizing the Eternal Tome effects a little better. But this is a super easy attack to figure out, as you guys can tell. Even then, I'm not maxing anything. And I'm still getting 3 stars with it. And I'm still having some troops left over, right? 3 heroes. I got some healers, and I got a couple dragons. Still not a bad raid, but I'm going to show you guys at least one more example. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so we got one more example, and this is from our very own co-leader, actually, JC. I did debate between using one of his and one of Beam's. But this one actually gives me a really good example, because you'll notice how he approaches things a little differently here, right? Jay's actually going to start with the Royal Champion, which I would not typically recommend. And if he was going to Royal Champion, I wish he'd have done it further down here. Trying to take out the Monolith. But he did want to take out that air defense for him, right? He's going to use I would assume, an Archer Queen over here. Boom, try and take out the sweepers. Works very well. And the reason I wanted to show you guys this one specifically, I wanted to show you how much mayhem these really cause when left unattested in the core of a base. You see a nice big healthy core right here, and it's not going to last very long. He's going to place dragons, dragon riders down on the side. He's going to place both his heroes. Note, peep, please, level 76 minion prince. And he's going to add, it's not going to make a difference, right? He's going to wait as long as he can, hit that Eternal Tome and the Healing Tome. He's going to drop all 4 of his clones right there in that Rage spell and say goodbye to everything in that middle compartment right there. It is just not there anymore. It immediately got melted. I think he got forced to use his Minion Prince ability. And even again with the with using his Royal Champion over here as opposed to here, he absolutely, as you can see, I mean, he's just absolutely obliterating this base. He is just tearing it limb from limb. The only thing that is going to be the question for him is going to be that monolith. So I would say don't leave the monolith unattended to. That is a little bit scary. But you see, he even still has a Super Yeti clone running around here, taking up some heat from some of these other things. Absolutely fantastic. And at this point, you might be looking at going, oh man, that's going to be closer than you thought. But no, he's got enough Dragon Riders. It does not matter. He's got enough stuff still going around. He has he has 3 of his heroes. Sorry, his Royal Champion did go down for good. But he has more than enough hero power and a couple of dragons and riders, well, at least 2, left over. And the reason he's using this, again, is he had been using this because he was upgrading his Minion Prince. But as you can see, he even goes after a near max base with very, very well, with high level equipment, but had a level 76 minion prince, and it did not make a difference to him. So let's go ahead. Let's recap. Like I said, I think that's an incredibly fun strategy, and I think that's something you're missing out on. I think it's something you should learn. It's something really easy in the back pocket. Isn't an automatic 3-star? No, it's not. Nothing is anymore. And the closest thing to would have been the last tutorial I did, where it was the weird Yeti Royal Champion dive bomb, right? That would have been the closest thing to an automatic 3-star. But this is a fun strategy. It's a nice mix up, and it's something you should have in your back pocket. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe as always. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks, everybody.